This is preferredfutures.com. You're on the course Self-Compassion. Lesson 1. Self-compassion versus self-pity. Reacting to disappointment and difficulty is necessary when facing life's inevitable struggles. Two typical responses are self-compassion and self-pity. Self-compassion is a helpful practice, while self-pity tends to exacerbate problems. This lesson examines the two and suggests ways to emphasize self-compassion. All in all, life's actually kind of hard, and accepting that fact can help enormously with our mental well-being. When out and about in our lives, trying to live up to our families, our managers, or society's expectations, it is very easy to forget that we are human, and as such, very fallible. If you throw in the impressions from social media and Hollywood, the rest of the world can seem simply better than us. Or, to put it differently, it can appear that we are not good enough. This begs the question, not good enough for what? To which everyone will have a different set of answers. I'm not good enough at parenting, at tennis, my art sucks, my co-worker just got promoted and I didn't, etc., etc. Of course, such statements are half correct. If you keep losing at tennis, you probably do suck at the game. You might have needed the money that comes with a promotion, and kids really do need half-decent parents. But often, what starts as a reasonably accurate assessment grows and lingers on our consciousness into a general statement of, I'm not good enough. If that's the case, which it is for nearly everybody at some time or another, it is important to remember that there are billions of people who are, in essence, the same as us and share those thoughts. We are ultimately the same species with the same strengths and weaknesses. And as a species, we seem stuck between the animal and the divine. We can fulfill projects, create art, strive for a better world, which is incredible. But it does lead to high expectations. Although amazing, at the same time, we still need air to breathe, food to eat, and we tire and injure in just the same way as animals. But unlike animals, we do not only feel pain, we are also aware enough to question our suffering. Great if you're a philosopher, but an added burden for the rest of us. In addition, we understand that others have beliefs, desires, and hopes of their own, a cognitive mechanism known as theory of mind. This makes us able to empathize with the suffering of others and to share a commonality with each other. And this ability, if not exercised properly, can add to our burdens. Paradoxically, at the same time, it is easy to forget this common humanity and to experience isolation. Sometimes we think that we suffer differently to others, or we feel that no one understands. At other times, loneliness engulfs us, and most people, at some point, have an existential crisis. On the other hand, it can also be a healthy stance. I am unique. No one is like me. I have something distinctive to offer. This alternative perspective is in no way a contradiction and is also correct. So how is that possible? An analogy can be seen in the picture of the vase and the two faces. Both descriptions of the picture are correct. Both the faces and the vase exist within the same space. In fact, without the vase, there would be no faces and vice versa. In a larger context, which worldview we take, I am unique versus I am one of many, is a matter of where we choose to focus our attention. And for a healthy mindset, we need to explore both. However, by focusing on the self, we can encounter danger areas. One of which is self-pity. When individuals feel self-pity, they become immersed in their own problems and forget that others have similar problems. They ignore their interconnection with others, and instead they feel that they are the only ones in the world who are suffering, which can lead to feelings of loneliness. Similar effects occur when people feel pity for others, resulting in burnout, withdrawal, and non-social behaviour. Both pity and self-pity tend to emphasize egocentric feelings of separation and exaggerate the extent of personal suffering. That is, people see things worse than they actually are. Turning our attention to compassion and self-compassion, on the other hand, allows us to see the related experiences of self and other without feelings of isolation and disconnection. Singer and Klimecki explain that, in contrast to pity, compassion does not mean sharing the suffering of the other. Rather, it is characterized by feelings of warmth, concern and care for the other, as well as a strong motivation to improve the other's well-being. Compassion is feeling for and not feeling with the other. In addition, research by Daniel Batson and Nancy Eisenberg in the fields of social and developmental psychology confirm that people who feel compassion in a given situation help more often than people who feel pity. Both pity and compassion are natural reactions to experiencing or observing suffering, but compassion is both more helpful and healthier. In general, when we listen to a friend's problems, we offer compassion, but when we focus on our own, we can slide into self-pity. The good news is that we can train ourselves in compassion, and so included in this lesson are some compassion training exercises, including treating yourself as you would a friend. There's also a scientifically validated quiz to see how self-compassionate you are. Lesson 2 then follows up on this by including the idea of mindfulness, a very helpful tool in reducing negative self-chatter and observing the differences between self-pity and self-compassion. Have a great day.